Final Destination Bloodlines. Now, this, of course, is the sixth installment and the brand new installment of the Final Destination series. Now, let's be honest. Let's all be real here. These films ain't thespian levels of art. This is not the art piece franchise. It is not. If you are I already see the real films and the real artistry of the filmmakers medium. No. They ain't that. The Final Destination films ain't that. They are accessible. It is a niche that clicks with audiences. And I think maybe it's a whole concept of death, right? Like, death is something that we all know, and we all know it's coming to us one way or the other. So, knowing and having that question of, do we choose our own fate? Can we change our fate? And also, kind of us as human beings trying to tell death to fuck off, we're not ready. And death is like, yes, you are. I'm the boss here. I'm the Grim Reaper, not you. I just picture Death being a sassy person, like a sassy girl right now. You're gonna die, bitch. yeah, something. I don't know. Why I picture Death as like a sassy queen or something? I don't know. Anyway, but these are successful. And it's been a while since the last one. I think it was like 2011 or 13 since the Final Destination 5 came out. So it kind of feels fresh because it's been a bit of a while since the last one. But it's a premise that could easily become quite stale when you hit the sixth film. And what they decided to do here is take the premise and change it a little bit. Because normally is the main character witnesses their death, see a vision of their death and their friends in a big giant public area, like a racing track, to a bridge, to a airplane, to a roller coaster, like whatever it is, and then they event it, and death is like, you're dying. You're dying, girls. You're dying, boys. You're going. And slowly we see the characters, death killing these characters one by one. The difference here is that our main character is having nightmares of a vision that happened in the 50s. When their grandma was young, she was in her 20s, she's a couple of months pregnant, all happy, lovely with her at the time boyfriend, and the said boyfriend wants to give her a cool date, a willing, like, spectacular date. So let's go to the grand opening of the Skyline. And the Skyline is the place that has a lot of death attached to it. But what our main character is witnessing is her grandma saved all those people. And because of that, death is slowly, year by year, just taking down every family, the bloodline of those people who died, who was meant to die on that sideline. And that's what we have. It's not a bunch of friends, it's a family trying to survive, trying to ensure that their bloodline and their family stay intact. And of course, that doesn't help because you got characters who don't believe it, or you got characters who die early before the big event or the believability comes along. And I do like the change of pace, and the big action sequence at the beginning, the big destruction is gory, it's gruesome. There are moments that make you go, oh! I mean, after the film, there's moments that make you go, ooh! It's like death. I like how you're giving them a quick death, but do they need to be gory? Yes, they need to be gory. I had to pause that. Death in this film, normally death is quick. Like, just gives people a quick death. Gory, but quick, right? Whoo! Death is like, is angry or something, because when it comes to the deaths in this movie, death feels like, I'm going to make it quick, but I want you to scream at the same time. I'm going to slow it down just a little bit so you can feel some pain that you are going to witness. Like, I'm thinking there's a scene done with piercings. It ain't the scene from the trailer. And all I would say is, like, if you're a guy and you have a dick piercing, and you see this movie, you're going to regret it. You're going to be taking that thing out immediately after you see this movie. You know, you're calling a piercing remover in the middle of like a 9 o'clock p.m. swing and saying, I want to get it removed. Can you wait till tomorrow? No, I need it now. Because you're worried that is going to happen to you. But there's things in it that doesn't happen in the previous films that I can remember that happens here that I quite like, which is the acknowledgement that people are dying. Because normally it's like the moment that one character dies or anyone dies in the most gruesome way possible, all suddenly people forget about them. It's like they have that Harry Potter spell of remembering. They have they forgot that person ever existed. In this, they acknowledge that this person died, and this person died, and this person died. And it's such a really well... I was like, God, finally, some acknowledgement. And not everyone's a dick in this. This is a movie when normally in Final Destination, it's like, yeah, everyone's a dick, so you can, you don't feel bad for them dying. Everyone, if they're being a dick, there's a reason they're being a dick. And that's, I like. There's a little bit more humanity to this. There's a little bit more personality to the characters versus, because I think it is gone the days where we just have, here's the sexist character, here's the racist character, here's the bitchy character, here's this, and we all want them dead because we want death. We want to root for death for slaughtering these people. In this, you don't want to. Oddly enough, you don't want to. I mean, there's one moment that I was like, please, for the love of God, because it all sussles around as coin, and where it links to. Anyway, I don't want to spoil the movie, but but essentially, you don't want to spoil the deaths in these films. You don't want to spoil, but I would say, like, anytime there was a death, my audience was going, and Australian audiences, we're kind of known for keeping the actions to ourselves. Maybe we'll mumble a few words, but this audience, you can tell my audience went, "Ooh, ah!" the moment, and of course I couldn't help but like make a couple of puns. Hey, at least she got her hand. Context. But yeah, it is a Final Destination movie. It is go for the beats. There is also a relationship thing. Like, you have the long distant parent who's now suddenly coming into our main characters' lives. It feels real. It doesn't feel so stereotypical. It isn't like like there's no. You believe why our main character is saying fuck you to that one particular parent. Because you understand it. You understand the pain. That's the thing. Everything has a purpose. It just feels... There's no... Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? That makes no sense. Everything feels slightly logical. In this film, which is very depressing because a lot of which is very surprising because these films could easily be like, logic, who cares? You just want to see deaths. And I really appreciate it. This is a win. This is a win. I like, look, if you are not a fan of the Final Destination films, or this one doesn't click for you, it's not gonna be like the one that, you know, clicks with you. But this one, I was like, yeah, it does a pretty well decent job. When the action sequences happen, there's a level of fulfillment and suspense. There's a level of humor in there, even a little bit of childish humor with like a bowl slapping and all that. But yeah, I absolutely. I like, this is a recommendation for understand. You need to understand what this movie is, and if you understand that, you will completely enjoy this. I think you might enjoy this film. And also, I do love how they somehow link the films together without linking the films together by using Bloodlines and all that. But anyway, comment below. Let me know your thoughts if you've seen the film.